You never know what you're going to find in the news. In the fine Virginia Gazette, Presidents+Park goes bust. Look at that. They got big heads. George was 6'2", 175 pounds. Size 13 shoe. He accepted his salary of $25,000. He was 5'6". That's an interesting fact about the Louisiana Purchase with Thomas Jefferson Dean.
Bought the whole thing for 3 cents an acre, and it doubled the size of the United States.
And in doing so, he bankrupted himself, because his land, all the land he owned in Virginia, dropped in value. 5'4", 100 pounds.
He's scrawnier than I am.
Yeah, you're pretty scrawny. Who dat?
James Monroe.
Okay, he went to William and Mary, local boy. He's weird looking.
John Quincy Adams.
Son of another Adams over there. Nepotism exists. He was the first president to be photographed. He had a pet alligator.
First president born in a log cabin.
Quote, "One man with courage makes a majority." End quote. Dick Cheney's idol. Who's this?
Martin Van Buren.
Our 8th president, nicknamed Little Magician, the Red Fox, OK, Old Kinderhook. Manifest destiny. Grandfather of future President Benjamin Harrison. Nepotism. He was the first president to die in office. After his presidency, he served in the Confederate government. Real good guy. Hosted the first Thanksgiving in the White House. And then he asked Congress for a declaration of war with Mexico. Huh. He refused the postage due, so he did not accept the letter that contained his nomination to the presidency by the Whig Party. His second daughter was the first wife of Confederate President Jeff Davis. Fence straddler. Quote, "It is not strange to mistake change for progress." He was an indentured servant to a cloth maker and finally bought his freedom for $30.
First president who opted to say, "I solemnly affirm" in his inauguration oath instead of "I solemnly swear."
Sent the army to Utah to put down a reported Mormon rebellion, the Dred Scott decision, Harper's Ferry, all that good stuff. Really brought our country together.
He was our tallest president at 6'4" at 180 pounds.
Hell yeah, he was.
When an opponent called him two-faced, he responded, "If I had two faces, do you think I'd be wearing this one?"
You go, Abe. Andrew Johnson. The first president to be impeached. The general. Oh, he was only 5'7", 150 pounds. Went to West Point. Received a $20 ticket for speeding on his horse in Washington, D.C. As a child, he won spelling contests in school. Surely he would be president someday.
Won the presidency by one electoral vote, even though he lost the popular vote by approximately 250,000 votes.
Sounds like Bush.
A brave man is a man who dares to look the devil in the face and tell him he is the devil.
Shot July 2nd, 1881, 4 months after taking office. Garfield died 10 weeks later. Yeah. He dedicated the Washington Monument. So, yeah, sure. Defining moment, the rise of child labor. Grover+Cleveland, the sheriff of Buffalo. Good dude. Only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. The Baby Ruth candy bar is named after his daughter, Ruth. Quote, office holders are the agents of the people, not their masters. Who the hell is this?
23rd President, Benjamin Harrison.
Oh, him. On being shot, he cried out to his guards, "Don't let them hurt him." The assassin. Shot in Buffalo, 1901. Well, the one good thing that came from McKinley getting shot, we got Teddy. And he refused to run for a second term. Antitrust policy, advocacy of labor and consumer rights, created national parks, 125 million acres of natural forests. And then from Teddy, we got the fattest president, Taft. 6'2", 332 pounds. My God. Woody's looking kind of rough these days. Woodrow Wilson. Signed into law the Federal Reserve Act, creating the Fed. There you go. You want to blame somebody, blame him.
First president to ride in a car to his inauguration, and the first president to visit Alaska.
Right on. Quote, if you don't say anything, you won't be called on to repeat it.
Herbert Clark Hoover, first president to have a brain transplant.
First president born west of the Mississippi. World War II. Forcibly interned Japanese American citizens. Repealed prohibition. He served forever. From 1933 to 1945.
Harry S. Truman, the buck stops here.
If you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen. Ike. We never listen to you, dude. Military-industrial complex, I'm telling you, man. Texas boy. The only way to win World War III is to prevent it.
His presidency defined the hopes and aspirations of a generation. First president born in the 20th century and the youngest president to be elected.
Quote, a president's hardest task is not to do what is right, but to know what is right. Civil Rights Act. You go, LBJ. He created the EPA. Who would have thunk it? First president to resign the office.
First president to issue a presidential pardon to a former president for a small fee.
First president to be born in a hospital. And then came the Iran hostages. 52 held for 444 days. And then, remarkably, Reagan came into office and suddenly all of those captives were released. I wonder how that happened. Reagan wouldn't have been doing weird deals with the Iranians, would he? No, not selling arms. Boy, this guy was just terrible. Invaded Panama, bailed out hundreds of failed savings and loans, one belonging to his son. First president to use a line item veto. Oh, Bill Clinton. Quote, there is nothing wrong with America that cannot be cured with what is right with America.
George Walker Bush, president with the eyes closest together.
Yes. The first son of a president to become president since John Quincy Adams. You actually like this guy?
Yes, I did. So quit insulting.
He insults us.
You think this thing we got for president now doesn't? He is a jerk.
Yeah, he's invaded a bunch of countries and gave us health care. It's terrible.
Down financially.
This guy did a really good job of that to start. Obviously, people's opinions are very heated regarding our presidents.
Cousin Brad wonders why he doesn't get any women with a pickup line like that.
That's our presidents, folks. Oh, wait, we're missing one.